Hi, I'm Debbie, and this is my son, John Paul. I'm a housing counselor for United South Broadway Corporation in Albuquerque. We help people budget for a financial crisis that might put them at risk of foreclosure on their home, and we'll share some of those budgeting ideas with you today. First, we help our clients look at their spending and make a plan to increase income and reduce expenses. John Paul is going to role play with me today. So his role is that he's single, he lives in Albuquerque with his aunt and uncle, and he pays them $500 a month in rent and utilities. And he helps with minor repairs around the place. Such a nice nephew. John Paul is a warehouse associate and he needs a car for work. His present car is going to need a new engine and transmission. And he wants a more reliable, low miles car that his mechanic friend Lee offered to sell him for $3,500 in cash. John Paul plans to take out a short-term loan to pay Lee, but he's going to have to pay back the lender over 4 months, and we're going to help him avoid that. Because in New Mexico, these types of short-term loans can bear interest up to 175%. At the end of the 4-month loan period, he may well have to take out a new loan in order to pay off the interest and the balance. And he's going to end up paying way more than the car is worth. We're going to help him make a plan to achieve his goal without adding to his debt. Okay, John Paul, first, we're going to look at your income and expenses, including your debt. What's your income each month?
$2,000.
Do you have any other income?
No, but I might be able to make more money by doing some landscaping for the neighbors.
Great. Okay, what about your monthly expenses? Can you help me fill in this list? Tell me
Sure.
what you spend on each item.
I spend about $500 for housing, $30 for renter's insurance, $50 for home maintenance, $125 for gas, $80 for car insurance, $15 for vehicle registration, $20 for car repairs, $120 for my phone, $300 for groceries, $200 for dining out, about $20 for healthcare copays, $100 for credit card payments, $100 for my student loans, $175 for clothing, $25 for personal care, $25 for the gym, $15 for the collection plate at church, $60 for games and movies, $25 for my dog, and $15 for my household supplies.
Okay, well, that adds up to $2,000. So you're spending everything you make. Do you think you could increase your income?
Yes, my neighbors have asked me to do landscape maintenance for them, and I know I could make about $200 a month. They have the tools, so all I need to do is supply the labor.
Well, great. So here are some other things you might consider. You've already talked about doing a second job. Some other things that people do to make a little extra income is work overtime, negotiate a higher wage, sell assets like extra furniture or appliances or tools, hold a yard or garage sale, teach a skill or a craft or an activity, sell a craft like jewelry or carpentry, or look at your tax withholdings and see if you can adjust those to improve your cash situation. So now, John Paul, let's look at your expenses and your debt. First, it's important to prioritize your needs over your wants when you're doing a budget like this. Are there any items in your budget that you could eliminate as wants rather than needs, just for the time it takes to reach your goal?
Sure, I could cut out my gym membership and do more hiking. Also the clothing expenses, and I could save maybe $100 a month by taking my lunch to work instead of going to the drive-through. That's a total of about $360 a month.
Great. Okay, well, some other ideas you could consider. in that line are canceling or downgrading services like cable TV or maybe your telephone plan, limit miscellaneous spending, stick to a shopping list when you buy groceries, reduce debt, such as paying off a loan or a credit card, or moving to more affordable housing and changing insurance coverage for lower premiums. But don't cancel your insurance. You're going to need that. Now, let's look at your new budget. So you're going to add $200 a month for income, and that's going to be from your landscaping work. So you're now at $2,200. So that's a little more, and that's good. With the $200 in extra income, plus the $360 you mentioned in spending reductions, you can save $560 a month towards your car.
I think this is a good plan. I think I can get Lee to take about $3,000 for the car if I give him my old one for parts. And if he does, I can pay for the car in a little over 5 months without taking out a loan.
Great. By the way, you'll need to put your savings into a savings account, and you can look for one with these features. First of all, limited access. Placing the funds in an account separate from your checking account can remove the temptation to spend the money on unplanned or impulse purchases. And you want to look for an account with good returns to help you reach your goal faster, and accounts that would be ideal for short-term large purchase savings like this car are a high interest savings account, a money market account, or a CD where you put the money in for a certain period of time and you don't touch it, but it gives you a higher interest rate than more liquid accounts. Now, John Paul, once you've purchased your car, you can keep saving and you can put the money in an emergency fund, which can help you with unexpected expenses like an appliance repair, a medical bill, replacing a broken phone or computer, or even a layoff from your job. Now, for example, let's say you were in an auto accident and you pay the deductible and out-of-pocket expenses for a surgery on credit. The balance is $3,000. If your credit account has an interest rate of 20% and you pay only the minimum payment each month, which is 2% of the balance each month, it's going to take over 37 years to pay off the balance, and that's going to cost you over $11,000 in interest. Or for another example, let's look at home appliances. If a home furnace breaks during the winter, you could have to pay up to $9,000 to replace it. If you pay this with credit, with the minimum payment each month of 2% of the balance and an interest rate of 18%, it could take over 44 years to pay off and cost over $24,000 in interest.
Wow. How much should I save in my emergency fund?
So John Paul, a good rule of thumb is 3 to 6 months worth of regular life expenses. Just start small and contribute regularly. When you need to use the funds, start to build the savings again immediately.
Where should I put my emergency savings?
So look for an account with the following features. It should be liquid, and a liquid account is one that you can take money out of quickly without taxes or penalties. It's best not to invest this money because there would be a cost for any withdrawal from the investment. The idea is to be able to access the money as soon as the emergency occurs. You also should look for direct deposit or automatic transfer. You can automatically put a portion of your paycheck into the account each pay period, or simply schedule regular deposits to savings before being tempted to use the money on something else. And finally, look for an account, again, with limited accessibility. It's best if your emergency savings aren't in your checking account. This will prevent you from spending the money on expenses unrelated to emergencies. And examples of this are interest-bearing savings accounts and money market accounts.
Well, thanks so much for helping me today.
Well, thanks for role playing, John Paul. For more help, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has resources with tips on money management, how to handle calls from a debt collector, how to negotiate with your lender on auto loan payments, and how to avoid common scams. If you're falling behind on your house payments or you're in foreclosure, a HUD certified housing counselor at United South Broadway can help. Check our website or call toll-free on 1-866-201-6286.